How's it going, guys? We're back here with Archer Engine, just working on this game engine over the month, and I'm going to just let you guys know what updates have happened. Here's the main branch. It's still the same for the last month, and I don't think I'm going to merge in my work this month, well, because it's pretty far from finished, as I will show you. So I've decided to refactor the whole thing and do a component-like structure. So we're now going to have a lot of public components that you can kind of piece in. And I'm still working on how all that works, but it should be a lot better than before. Because before it was basically, it was an interface with a lot of spaghetti. And sure, it worked fine if you followed the directions, but now it should work a little better because, well, I guess the main setup is we're going to have, just some core settings for the engine, kind of like your main settings. And we're going to have all those, and we're going to have levels or maps. So essentially, you'll set up your settings, init the engine, and then start loading maps. And these maps are basically just going to be a bunch of components of certain sorts, and these components will work together in special ways. Some components can have components underneath them, others cannot. Um, they're more like Others are more like leaves, and some of them need to work together specifically. Like there's a mesh renderer and a mesh, and you need both to work because the mesh renderer is going to be responsible for doing the actual rendering. So this is also going to allow for a better snap in of different graphics types, as we're going to now have a graphics interface, and I'm going to implement different types. OpenGL, there's going to be Vulkan, DirectX as well. But as you can see, it's a big work in progress, and I've spent most of the time just thinking about how to restructure it, what components do, how the components work, and yeah, there's still a lot left to do before it actually runs and does what you would hope it would do. So that's why there's not going to be any pushes to GitHub other than the branch I'm working on, but no main update. And when we finally do get to an update, we are going to be on version 3. Yeah, we're jumping from 2 to 3 because, well, the 3 is so much different than 2. It's not even going to be similar. There's no reason to increment the smaller part. So yeah, version 3 already. So I have a lot to do. Basically, I still got to sort out the libraries. I'm slowly piecing them in one by one. I'm trying to get it in a nice structure that's maintainable. And that's really about it. There's not a whole lot else for me to say right now. I guess I'll say whatever comes to mind as I flip through these files, and we'll call it a video. I don't want to keep you guys too long because there's not really a ton to take away, I don't think, other than, hey, I'm rewriting and here's where it's at. And yeah, I'm working on Windows, so I still have to test Linux once all this works, but I think it'll be okay. I'm also going with the latest version of C++ I can. We're going with 20 if we can. We might even try 23 if we need any of those features, but we're moving a little past 17 now. I think it's time. I am able to reuse a lot of my old code. Like, I really liked how my window worked previously with GLFW. I don't see a main reason to change that. I already had a lot of code set up to do specific stuff, and I'm just re-putting it back in here, and I'm changing it as I go. So a lot of the ways I had things coupled in the old version, I didn't really like. I didn't think was very great for maintainability. So I'm trying to keep things a little more contained, we'll say, for what they do. And I'm still working on that going forward. If you want to see the branch that I'm actually working on, I think the one I last pushed to was this one called Right. I don't know why I called it that. It's just I couldn't think of a better thing to say. It's just like, yeah, where this is what we're going with. This is actually a little far behind. But if you want to follow what's going on, this will probably be the branch unless you see a new branch pop up that will be getting pushed to here and there. And of course, you're always welcome to contribute if you want to pop in here and hack around. If not, if you just want to support the project, give this video a like and maybe give the repo a like as well. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you'll enjoy this new version of the engine when it comes out, or of the library rather when it comes out. I'm really looking forward to it. For next month, I'm planning on having a tech demo up along with this. So once I get most of this working and most of the things back to functional how they used to be, except with this new setup and on these components, I'm hoping to also have a few examples, including a demo level that we load up with some controls and stuff, kind of like we used to do with the old versions. But also, hopefully, I get this editor going. I have some ideas for making an editor of this library functionality, basically a front end where you can drag and drop. Because another thing, and the last thing I'll mention before I cut this off, is I'm working on a save system. So previously there was no save system. Your save was essentially your code. You would have, you would have a big main block of code, and you run it, it loads up all your stuff. There was no other save other than that. That was it. You just, you have your code that loads things as you have them written. If you want to modify it, you can. But now we want to do something a little different. I want the ability to basically serialize levels or serialize how you have all your components set up. That I'm not sure if I'm going to get that by next month, but that's the goal. We want to have something like that. That way, the whole point of that is you should be able to have a third-party thing basically run this engine, build stuff, and then save out how you have it built. That is the goal with the saving. I still got to think about how to do that. I don't really know the best way. I have some base ideas. Some of them just seem too janky. Like I could get it done by just dumping the text files and then parsing a text file, but I don't know if I really want to do that. That's going to get messy, and I think there's going to be a cleaner way to do it. Let me know if you got any thoughts on that as well. All right, I appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support that you guys show. The people on Patreon, the YouTube members, all that stuff. It does mean a lot for me going forward. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.